Hey, what's going on, good people? Russ can't fly. What am I doing? Stay tuned. Okay, so I definitely want to say that it's been a few years since I've really been out here in earnest. I used to spend a lot of time out here on this thing they call a track. And you know, it's funny, as you get older, you remember the things that you used to be able to do. And you know, I try not to let that be a focus. I just am so thankful that the good Lord still lets me do some things. So I don't worry about what I can't do, but I am blessed for the things that I am able to do. So having said that, why am I out here? And what does this have to do with aviation? Well, you'd be surprised. I was once again, and I know everybody's probably thinking, what's up with these Wednesday videos, dude? Well, I get inspired to do these videos that are not with me in the cockpit, and it just seems appropriate for me to do these uploads on Wednesdays as opposed to Fridays. And what inspired this particular video was I was reading an article, yes, in the AOPA magazine, and it talked about the aging fleet of general aviation aircraft. A lot of the aircraft that are still flying around were built in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and they call those legacy aircraft. And believe it or not, those aircraft are still flying today. And you would think, man, really? That's kind of crazy. But here's the real kicker. Some of the people who purchased those original aircraft are also still flying. And so one of the things that people are clear on is that every year an aircraft has to go into an annual inspection. No doubt about that. And we know things like time before overhaul for different engines. It can be anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 hours, but depending on the type of engine that you have. But what's clear is if you take care of the routine maintenance of any vehicle, be it a car, boat, especially an airplane, it will last. It will take care of you. But the one thing that this article talked about, not only aging in terms of aircraft and what that means in terms of aircraft health, if you will, in terms of focusing on things like mechanical structures and stuff like that, it also talked about the aging pilots and whether or not there needs to be a focus on health. And so that's why I'm out here today on this track. And after I'm finished shooting this video, I got more work to do that I'm not looking forward to at all. See that evil device over there? Yes, you call those bleachers. I call it my workout equipment. So I'm gonna try to do some bleachers today. Haven't done those in a long time. But the point is this: if you are a pilot and you own an aircraft, you know how much attention to detail you pay to that aircraft. It's your baby, it's your transportation. It is the thing that helps you make memories with your family. And even if you rent aircraft, you're still pretty interested in the maintenance, you know, the health and well-being of that aircraft as well. But what's interesting is a lot of times pilots don't think about their own health and well-being. And what I'm here to submit is that pilot health is just as important for safety as it is for us to pay attention to aircraft maintenance and health as well. Now, you need proof? Here's the proof. So I know a lot of you have seen this video that's going around about this guy who had to land this aircraft because the pilot was having some sort of medical emergency. Now, as of the taping of this video, it's still unclear about what actually happened to the pilot. it's clear that something happened to the pilot because the passenger had to take over and land the plane. Now, call me cynical, they are basically saying that this guy landed, which looks like a caravan, like something extremely complex without any flight training. Now, not trying to take anything away from the ATC controller, not trying to take anything away from this passenger, but I'm gonna tell you like this. I have a license. You put me in that plane and you tell me I gotta land it, it's gonna be some issues. But at any rate, that is just proof that, you know, not sure what the medical condition is. And again, there's been no download on that. But what's clear is something happened. And so that got me to thinking, you know, about all of these things that we talk about in terms of safety features in an airplane, parachutes, you know, the Garmin G1000 avionics, these great and phenomenal autopilots and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, how many people think about, okay, as part of my pilot training, as part of my pilot regimen, part of that includes when I have to do an oil change, I'm also going to go for a half-hour walk. When I have to change the spark plugs, I'm going to go for a bike ride. When I have to do an overhaul, I'm going to go for, you know, an hour swim or something like that. You know, in other words, as I'm taking care of the health and well-being of my aircraft, I'm also taking care of the health and well-being of me, the pilot, which is an essential part of the piloting experience. You can have the best aircraft in the world and you're up there and you're unhealthy, you're not able to see well, your cognition is challenged because you're not feeling, you know, you're not feeling well. Just think of all the things that can happen. And you've got this great shiny aircraft, but you are not working at full capacity. That is an unsafe flight condition in my eyes. And so that's why I am out here. I am not a spring chicken, not old, you know, but definitely not young anymore either. And so I definitely want to think about what it means to be a safe pilot by doing things that includes this, even if it's just a walk. Now I'm hoping to do a little bit more. As you can see, I started to do a little bit of a warm-up, and it's challenging. And let me tell you, I don't care how many miles you run on a treadmill, when you come out here, it's a whole different thing. But the bottom line is, I'm really beginning to think about the fact that I am part of the safety equation when I fly my friends and family. And so therefore, being that I'm an important part of the equation, just like I make sure I take care of the airplane or understand the maintenance records, I want to think about what I'm doing here, or what I'm doing to take care of this body, this temple. And so I'm going to be deliberate about making sure that I exercise regularly, make sure that my diet is conducive to a healthy lifestyle. One of the things that the article said is it talked about this Mediterranean diet. I'm going to look at that. Nothing too drastic. There's just certain things I'm never going to give up. One of them includes insomnia, sugar cookies, I'm sorry, and sweet potato pie and pecan pie and certain fried foods. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, come on, that, you know, but in moderation. But, you know, healthy diet, exercise, plenty of water, but most importantly, believe it or not, I am really, from now on, gonna try to really work on getting enough rest. Yes, busy lives, all of that kind of stuff, million things to do, all kinds of like overscheduling and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, you're no good to nobody, including yourself, if you're so exhausted that you're basically zombieing your way. Yeah, technical term, zombieing. Or you are zombie-like throughout a task that you're completing. To sum it up, here's what I think we should all be thinking about. Get rest. It's very important. Yes, I know, schedules are crazy. You got a bunch of stuff to do. and you want to be able to, but get rest. It's just so crucial. Rest is your body's way of replenishing itself, taking care of itself, resetting itself, all of those types of things. Absolutely essential. 2, drink plenty of water. I know there's all kinds of sports drinks and all of that kind of stuff. We're mostly made up of water, a lot of water on this thing we call planet Earth. And so pretty clear that boss man upstairs wants us to be focused on the water that we take into our bodies as well. And again, I understand, there's coffee, tea, milk, orange juice, and all that kind of stuff. That's great. But definitely make sure you get plenty of water to help flush out impurities and all that kind of stuff. It does a body good. And number 3, think about your diet. How can you do it more healthily? Yes, again, there's certain things I'm not going to ever give up, but I'm going to do in moderation. But definitely think about the types of foods that you eat and the types of things that you take in terms of, the things that you drink. Number 4, make sure you go to your doctor's visits regularly. Come on, fellas, we can have to admit, as you sit and watch this video, when's the last time you went to see your doctor and get a physical? Have you gotten have you had your, a prostate exam? Have you checked to make sure that you've gotten a colonoscopy? I mean, I don't know about endoscopies and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, I got a colonoscopy. The exam itself wasn't a big deal because, I was knocked out. The prep sucked. I'm not gonna lie to you, but at least I had that exam and I know that everything is clear bill of health. When is the last time you had your blood pressure checked? All of those types of things. And how are you sleeping? Are you having problems sleeping? Do you find yourself, gasping for air? Dealing with any sleep apnea issues? All of those things are very crucial. And finally, I would definitely say, get out and move your body. Go for a walk. I mean, not only is it good for your physical, but we all know that there's this mind-body connection. And one of the things that I will say is, I'm kind of dreading the apparatus over there called bleachers. But the last time I did this, I suffered greatly during, but man, did I feel so good afterwards. So get out there, move your body, go for a walk, go for a bike ride, go swimming, and make sure whatever it is activities you like to do along those lines that moves your body, do them consistently. And again, it'll be so great not only for you physically, but it'll definitely help your mental acuity. And we all know the most important computer in the airplane is the one that's right in here in this thing. I don't care what kind of technology we develop, nothing can replace the majesty and the magic and the sheer power of the human brain. It is just such a phenomenal instrument, but it needs to be kept tuned, it needs to be kept hydrated, and it needs to be kept active. All right, so don't mean to be preachy, but definitely just wanted to reach out and say, hey, listen, folks, let's take care of ourselves. We are a very important part of the equation. The equipment is great, the plans are great, the maps are great, the technology is great, but we are greater. And look, I care about my pilot peeps. I love this community, and I would love to see people be able to do this for as long as they can before they really do have to hang up the headset. All right, so with that, I'm out. I'm sorry to torture you guys with all these Wednesday uploads, but this is just what's put on my heart to be part of this community. And so, hopefully, if there's 1 or 2 people that this resonates with and they decide, you know what, Russ is right. I have not gone and seen my doctor for a while. I know nothing about my PSAs. I know nothing about my blood pressure. I know nothing about my, my colon status, because I've never had a colonoscopy, or I had one and I'm due for another one. If I can get just one person to do that, then this video will be worth it. All right, so with that, Russ can fly, and Russ is about to run, and I don't know about that. But anyway, I'm gonna practice what I preach. I'm gonna get on over that evil thing and make it happen. All right, you guys take care of yourself. All right, I'm out. Peace.